Hi, how are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming in again today.
Thank you for having me.
So it's been about 2 weeks since our last session. I'm just going to go over a couple things, see how your week was, how your moods were in the past several weeks, so that we can better be able to assist you and we can see how we can move forward in the future. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about your past few weeks? What have been some of your moods?
Um, well, uh, I still experience some stress and anxiety. I've been had a lot of work and with school. Um, it sometimes gets very stressful when I have to meet the deadlines, and if I have too much work, then I'm anxious and maybe depressed too.
Okay. How often would you say you have these feelings?
Maybe once or twice a week.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes like in your eating, your sleeping, anything, or is it about the same since last time?
Since our last session, it's maybe gotten a little bit better. I'm trying to not binge eat so much and trying to think about what I need to do ahead of time. Um, yeah, maybe a little bit better.
Okay, well that's great to hear. I'm glad that you're doing a little bit better and that you've used some of the coping skills that we talked about last time so that you're feeling a little bit better. Have you thought about any other coping strategies you could possibly use?
Um, well, like I said, maybe just planning ahead so that I'm not anxious and stressed. Um, Preparing myself for what I have to do. Um, so I think that has helped, just preparing me mentally.
Okay. Well, we can definitely work on making plans for the future and setting maybe a schedule for each week so that you can like better be able to plan out your schedule and not be so focused on meeting the deadlines. Because if you work ahead and if you do everything ahead of time and plan it out, put it in a planner maybe, then you can see what you have to do each day and you're not feeling so stressed.
That sounds great.
Okay. So today we're just going to go over, let's see. Today we're going to go over the mood record. Yes. So can you tell me a situation this week where you felt stressed or anxious? Any certain situations stick out to you?
Mm, yes, I had an interview this week, so that made me very stressed
Okay.
because I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know what questions they were going to ask me, and so I don't think I responded in a good way because I felt stressed, and
Okay.
so I don't think I did very well.
Okay. Well, how far in advance did you know about the interview?
Maybe 4 days.
4 days? Okay. Were you able to plan ahead? Did you plan for it? What are your thoughts going into the interview?
Yes, I planned. I knew at what time it was, what day it was, so I made sure that I didn't have work at that time. But I don't think I prepared myself for the questions. So I knew at what time it was, and I knew that I had to be there. I knew I had to dress professionally, but I don't think I really prepared myself for the questions that were coming.
Okay. Um, and what was going through your mind during the interview?
I drew a lot of blanks. So I
Okay.
didn't know what to say. I just kind of clammed up and I rambled.
Okay. So this would be something called an automatic thought. So an automatic thought is something you think right away, like right in the situation. When you're going through something, when you're anxious or you feel stressed, something you can begin to ask yourself is like, why is this going through my head? what's exactly going in my head and what is like triggering the automatic thought that's going in my head at the moment. Um, with automatic thoughts, you can also identify anything. You can write it down, describe like exactly what you were feeling in your head. Um, they can also be like visual. You can close your eyes and kind of see if you can visually image that in your head.
Yeah, I think I did that a couple times. Just
Yeah.
kind of close my eyes to focus.
Okay. Do you do that often? Is that a good coping strategy?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. I don't know if there's a way I can